Hello class, my name is Alexander Wood, and today I will be doing a presentation on the Patriot Act. So the Patriot Act stands for Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism Act. It was created after 9/11. It increased information sharing, less bureaucracy, and changed the way law enforcement could track and detain terrorists. Only one senator opposed the bill in the Senate, and that person was Russ Feingold. There are 10 titles of the Patriot Act. The second title, Enhanced Surveillance Procedures, is what concerns many Americans and other countries, as well as organizations like the ACLU that are for supporting civil liberties. So controversies that surround this go around too much surveillance, not enough accountability. It goes against the Fourth and Seventh Amendments, and they have continued extensions of the sections in the titles, which has meant that the Patriot Act has given law enforcement a lot more capability longer than it was intended to. In the case of Brandon Mayfield, he was a Muslim American attorney in Oregon. He represented a convicted terrorist in a child custody case. His fingerprints were mismatched in a Madrid bombing with an Algerian terrorist. The FBI was overly reliant on the technology at the time, and they also had his background because of information that was given from local law enforcement as part of a result from the Patriot Act. There was a bias towards Mayfield because of his religion and background during this case investigation, which led to him being imprisoned for a couple of months shortly after the Spanish government had caught their suspect in the terror case, and he was released. Mayfield was awarded a monetary settlement in a case against the FBI after being released. And then there's Edward Snowden, who was a former contractor that worked with the NSA, collected millions of classified documents in what was called the program. He exposed numerous U.S. secrets, and there are mixed views on Snowden, whether he's a traitor or a hero. A lot of the world thinks that he is a hero, and America is split 50-50 on him. He fled abroad, and the U.S. wants to arrest him, but what he did do was he allowed people to have a response to unwarranted searches. This led to the USA Freedom Act under Obama, which was a direct case of Snowden pointing out what the Patriot Act had done to increase surveillance around the country and the world. The EU made the internet use more strictly protected, and there was a worldwide acknowledgement of themselves being monitored and its citizens being under the scope of U.S. intelligence forces. There are historical trends. 1863 New York riots led to a city lockdown. World War II Executive Order 9066 by FDR. Cold War McCarthyism, no one was above suspicion. And then 1992 Los Angeles riots led to increased surveillance, as well as the 9/11 Patriot Act. All of these show a trend of the U.S. society and government being extremely cautious and potentially overreacting and creating policies that do not suit the interest of the people it's meant to protect. With this being said, after 9/11, just like in World War II, a specific group of people were targeted. And in the case of World War II, it was Japanese Americans, and in the case of 9/11, it was Muslim Americans. These trends have happened throughout U.S. history and show that the Patriot Act should potentially, according to Safar, be limited sooner than later. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.